Mount Everest, the highest peak in the world, stands tall and majestic in Nepal. While the summit itself remains icy and pristine, the areas lower down, such as Base Camp 4 at 7,950 meters above sea level, tell a different story. Here, jerry cans, tents, and discarded water and oxygen bottles litter the landscape. This pollution, a byproduct of increasing tourism, has grown steadily since the 1990s. Visitors to the Sagarmatha National Park, home to Everest, now pay between $42,000 and $189,000 for the privilege of attempting the climb. Everest has become a major source of revenue, significantly transforming Nepal. In 1950, the country was a secluded kingdom ruled by the Rana dynasty, which kept it isolated from the rest of the world. Nepal began to open its borders in February 1951, and just 2 years later, in 1953, Edmund Hillary and Sherpa Tenzing Norgay made the first official ascent of Everest. This historic feat changed the region forever, even lending their names to the Lukla Airport, considered one of the most dangerous in the world due to its steep, mountainside runway. This airport is a critical gateway for tourists aiming to climb Everest, leading them to Namche Bazaar, the Sherpa capital at 3,440 meters altitude, and onwards to the Everest Base Camp. Tourism in this region is divided into mountaineering, including Everest climbs, and trekking, which involves hiking at lower altitudes between 2,500 and 5,500 meters. Trekking, attracting about 40,000 people annually in the Khumbu region, generates around $50 million per year, while Everest climbing draws around 1,000 climbers and brings in about $9 million per year. Overall, tourism contributes 6% to Nepal's GDP, vital for one of the least developed countries in the world. The influx of tourists has significantly changed the local economy and lifestyle. In the 1980s, accommodations were sparse and conditions harsh, with temperatures dropping to -10 or -20 degrees Celsius without heating. Over time, Sherpas, initially earning money by organizing Everest expeditions, reinvested their earnings to develop their homes into inns and lodges. Today, these lodges are listed on platforms like Airbnb, and luxury hotels offer amenities such as massages and room service. Lukla now boasts an Irish pub, burger and hot dog restaurants, and even a faux Starbucks, reflecting Western influences. The Sherpa community, benefiting the most from tourism, has seen significant economic gains. Traditionally herders and farmers, Sherpas leverage their regional knowledge and perceived traits of courage, reliability, and loyalty to become porters and high mountain guides. Some, like Lakpa Sonam Sherpa, have risen to prominence, founding trekking agencies and becoming millionaires. Lakpa Sonam Sherpa now heads the Yeti World Group, which includes trekking and mountaineering agencies, hotels, restaurants, and even airlines. However, this economic boom has not benefited all. The Sherpas, native to the Everest region, attempt to maintain a monopoly on tourist activities, often at the expense of other ethnic groups like the Rai, the Mang, or Magar, who come from lower altitudes seeking work. While there is no physical violence, symbolic discrimination exists, with these immigrant workers often relegated to roles such as waste porters. With tourism generating around 400 tons of waste annually, managing this waste is crucial. Waste porters transport garbage from Everest to Lukla Airport, where it is flown out, preventing further environmental damage. Another looming threat to Nepalese tourism is climate change. Imja Lake, fed by glacial melt, has grown significantly, posing a risk of flooding and landslides. In 2016, authorities had to drain over 5 million cubic meters of water to protect the 50,000 villagers living below. With 80% of the glaciers potentially disappearing by the end of the century, the impact on the region could be devastating. While most of us may never climb Everest, imagine being offered a ticket to Nepal, only to be denied access to Everest due to overtourism. Would you understand the decision? Have you ever avoided a destination because of overtourism? Share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It helps us a lot.